Helen's brain is shutting down. This is the word that her doctors gave us on August 31st, 1998. After a summer of 3 months of 6 brain operations, she had a major case of meningitis and hydrocephalus, which has threatened her life. After a month of treatment, she was able to undergo a 7th operation, which installed a little pump in her brain, which allowed the fluid of the brain to enter the stomach, and hydrocephalus was no longer a concern. But she had been left with very, very severe brain damage, which left her in a wheelchair, unable to walk, incontinent, and unable to reach regular food, and she had a feeding tube for the rest of her life. Helen was born in 1943 in the Philippines. She was married to me, and my name is Harold Gelfond. For almost 35 years, we had 3 lovely children, 12 grandchildren, of whom Helen was able to see 4 during her lifetime. To overcome the brain damage, we used many different therapies. The conventional therapies, which she had from 1998 to 2004, included physical, speech, and occupational therapy. However, these led to only partial success in restoring her cognitive ability and some of her physical abilities. What worked best were the alternative medicine therapies, which initially were provided by the Center for Integrative Medicine at the George Washington University Hospital in Washington, D.C. These included acupuncture, meditation, homeopathy, therapeutic massage, EEG brain biofeedback therapy, which was actually given to her on a monthly basis starting in August 1999, continuing just about a couple of weeks before she passed. Other alternative therapies which also worked with Helen were brain gymnastics, music therapy, and Reiki itself. The brain biofeedback therapy was very important because it led to improvement in almost all the other therapies which tried for greater cognitive and physical ability. This started in August of 1999. At the time, her psychologist noted that her electrical activity in the brain was extremely low. He was unable to do an aggressive approach. It's an aggressive approach working in midbrain. Modifying her brain waves would have been very dangerous, could have brought about a stroke and uncontrolled high blood pressure. In fact, she did have a stroke after her first brain operation. You can see from this picture that as a result of her biofeedback therapy, Helen was able to do some tasks. Here she is folding laundry, which our daughter had completed, sitting in her wheelchair. And after almost 5 years, in fact, just a couple of weeks before her death, her psychologist noted that she had greater ability, that she had new growth of ganglia and nerve cells in her brain. And in fact, this session, which was done in February 2004, the psychologist said he had the best reading of basically an electroencephalograph that he'd seen in 5 years. A couple of weeks later, her neurologist said he'd never seen her so alert as she'd been just a week before her death. And this was also true of her brain gymnastics instructor. But despite these improvements neurologically, cognitively, and physically, it was cancer, ovarian cancer malignancy, which Helen was unable to tell any doctors any symptoms which could have led to an early diagnosis which caused the death. We have several research recommendations for the foundation. One, for all the alternative therapies, there's no definitive proof that they work. We think a double-blind study of each of the therapies should be conducted to see which one works best on brain-injured patients, so we can bring improvement in the treatment. And with regard to finding out diagnosis of problems of serious illness such as cancer, aggressive screening therapies need to be done. Now, we need your help. Help us pave the way to finding a cure for brain disease, and we hope that Helen's story will help others with brain disease to find a way to improve their condition. Thank you.
Okay.